The purpose of this video is to provide a brief overview of the TEA 2020-21 Principal Residency Grant for Cycle 3, which was awarded to KISD to implement the district's Principal Residency Program next year. This presentation is intended for our stakeholders and potential resident applicants. This presentation is for informational and promotional purposes only. If you'd like more information about the Principal Residency Grant for Cycle 3, please visit the TEA Grant Opportunities website. You can find a list of school districts who received the grant for Cycle 3 and the original KISD grant application on TEA's Grants Awarded page. KISD submitted our written application for the grant in November of 2019. TEA originally planned to announce the grant winners in January of this year. However, TEA did not announce winners of the grant until mid-March. The late grant announcement combined with the COVID-19 closures have slowed TEA's grant processes and compressed our timeline to implement the grant. All potential resident applicants should be aware that we have a very tight window to recruit, interview, and hire principal residents for the upcoming school year. The TEA grant is a grow your own program. The grant is designed to help us grow our own leaders through internal leadership pipelines through full-time year-long principal residencies. In our recruitment processes, we are targeting and selecting recruits from our current staff. We are not selecting from outside of the organization. Kennedale ISD teachers and staff members who do not currently hold principal certifications and meet other district requirements will be eligible to apply. Before submitting the TEA application, Kennedale ISD conducted a needs assessment. First, we identified the need to improve the diversity of candidates for campus administrative positions. Next, we identified the need to increase the number of internal candidates for administrative positions. And finally, we determined the need to improve retention rates and create an internal administrative pipeline for the future. For the grant, we had to create a SMART goal. In our SMART goal, we said that we would establish full-time year-long principal residencies on each of the 5 Kennedale ISD campuses. In the grant, we developed a committee to oversee the resident program. The Kennedale ISD Principal Resident Program Committee, led by the superintendent or designee, will be responsible for the overall program design and developing strategies to identify and actively recruit potential candidates. The committee is going to be made of district and campus leaders, university representatives, and teachers. Although the Principal Resident Committee is responsible for overseeing the program, the Kennedale ISD DEIC is responsible for evaluating the program. In this brief overview today, we are going to cover some of the grant basics, including what can the district and residents expect from the grant. Kennedale ISD received a total of $350,000 to place 5 residents on the KISD campuses in 2020-21. I want to note the name principal residents can be misleading. These are essentially assistant principal residencies. You can think of these as entry-level internships to campus administration. Also, this grant is only good for 1 year. We are not guaranteed this grant after next year. This is one of the risks involved in the grant and is one of the things applicants and campus and district leaders should keep in mind. When district and campus leaders talk to potential recruits, this risk should be clearly communicated. There is no guaranteed job at the end of the term of the grant or the residency. But even though there are risks, the grant has many potential benefits for the school district and for residents. Based upon historical turnover rates, we feel that there are going to be administrative placement opportunities for residents within the district in future years. There are other benefits besides these expected placement opportunities. Through the grant, residents will receive tuition assistance for the master's program, professional development opportunities, and on-the-job training and experience. The district has a financial match requirement for this grant. The district must match $15,000 per resident per year towards resident salaries. The total obligation for the district with this match requirement is $75,000. The majority of the funds for the grant and the match will be used to fund resident salaries and benefits. Another benefit to our residents is a generous and competitive compensation package with a total of $65,000 per year in resident salary and benefits. Kennedale ISD has partnered with the University of Texas Tyler in Cycle 3. TEA has determined that the University of Texas Tyler Masters in Educational Leadership program is an effective educator preparation program for this grant cycle based upon performance in cycles 1 and 2 of the grant. All KISD residents must enroll in the Educational Leadership program at UT Tyler in the Summer 1 term, which begins on May 11th, 2020. For that reason, and because of our compressed time frame, we encourage any potential applicants who are thinking about applying for a position in Kennedale ISD as a principal resident next year, they go ahead and start the application process to UT Tyler as soon as possible. Each of the residents, as part of this grant, will receive $10,000 in tuition, books, and fees. That money will be distributed directly from Kennedale ISD to the university's scholarship department. Along with the coursework and the residencies, the residents will complete a 2-semester practicum at the University of Texas Tyler. UT Tyler will assign a field supervisor to provide support and coaching for residents. Residents are going to complete the 30-hour graduate program in August of 2021. It is a 14-month program, again beginning in May of 2020 and ending in August 2021. KISD residents are expected to get their principal certification and meet all the testing requirements that the state of Texas has laid out. Besides tuition, assistant, and relevant coursework, another benefit of the grant is that we have earmarked about $20,000, that's $4,000 per resident, to develop a comprehensive professional development program. Part of the professional development funds will be used for the KISD Principal Residency Summer Institute for initial training and onboarding. The grant's going to also cover the training costs and certification testing costs for residents to receive several job-related certifications such as T-Test, TPES, AEL, their Principal Certification Test, and PASL. In this grant, residents will also receive training and certification to interview and effectively identify teachers in the hiring processes through HumanX, which is an outside organization that specializes in these techniques. Finally, anytime the district hires employees, we must provide the employee with technology. So we have earmarked about $1,200 each to provide laptops for the residents. Each resident will also be assigned an effective mentor who in most cases is going to be the campus principal, but may be another qualified district leader. KISD committee is going to provide training for these mentors, and each mentor will receive a $1,500 stipend. Mentors and residents must attend the TEA Principal Residency Grant Summer Institute in Austin in June of 2020. Because of the COVID-19 closure, this may be done virtually. The KISD grant budget earmarked money for travel to this institute. If this money in this part of the budget or any other part of the budget need to be corrected, it can be done so in the grant negotiation process with TEA. For all of our stakeholders, they need to know that we have set recruitment and selection goals for this grant. In this grant cycle, KISD will use recruitment methods that target and mirror the diversity of the students. As we look at the diversity of our students, we can see that 42% of our students come from our white and Caucasian subpopulations, and approximately 58% come from our minority or 2 or more subpopulations. Therefore, in this grant, to mirror the diversity, KISD has set a goal for 60% of the KISD 2021 principal residents to be from our minority subpopulations. The purpose of this video was to provide a brief overview of the grant program for our stakeholders. Now I want to shift focus and provide some key dates and deadlines for our potential applicants. This is the general recruiting application and hiring timeline for the upcoming grant cycle. KISD leaders have started the targeted recruiting and open nomination processes. Because of our compressed timeline, KISD teachers and staff members who are even remotely interested in applying for a resident position are encouraged to immediately apply to the UT Tyler Graduate School. Classes begin on May 11th, 2020. KISD will post principal resident positions on the Region 11 job board on Friday, April 17th, 2020. The application window is Friday, April 17th to May 1st of 2020. KISD will conduct round 1 individual interviews as applications are received until Monday, May 4th of 2020. Kennedale ISD and the University of Texas Tyler will host the virtual KISD 2020-21 Principal Resident Information Meeting on Friday, April 24th, 2020. Potential residents will learn more details about the grant, the resident program, and the UT Tyler Master's Program. There will be a question and answer session at this information meeting. KISD will host round 2 and 3 committee interviews during the week of May 4th, and the committee will choose residents and make campus placements by Friday, May 8th, 2020. Principal residents will begin the Master's in Educational Administration program with the Long Summer 1 cohort at UT Tyler on Monday, May 11th, 2020. We want to thank you for watching this brief overview of the grant program. If you have any questions, we have provided a list of program contacts for you. If you have questions regarding the 2021 grant, I suggest you send questions to Chad G. Superintendent or Dr. Julie Vu, KISD Assistant Superintendent. KISD staff members who have questions about the UT Tyler graduate program should contact Dr. Wes Hickey or Dr. Gary Miller.